What does stronger language and literacy skills do? Well, you're more likely to go on to post-secondary education. You're more likely to succeed at post-secondary education. You're more likely to go on to do lifelong learning, to continue to develop your skills in other areas. If we look at employment rates by language and literacy scores, you get much higher employment opportunities. If you suffer through unemployment, right, if you unfortunately do become unemployed, your duration of unemployment is cut in half if you go from having weak literacy skills to strong literacy skills. It leads to more opportunities in terms of jobs and, in fact, better quality jobs, because we do have a knowledge-based economy. And all of this, I'm an economist. I'm also Scottish, so it's all about money, right? And when you look at it, when you put all that together, what you get is a picture that says that as you increase your literacy skills, you actually increase your annual income. And again, you're compounding this over your lifetime. It also has impacts in other areas that economists don't tend to focus on. If you step outside dollars and cents, what you find is people with stronger literacy skills are more likely to get involved in local communities. They're more likely to volunteer. They're more likely to participate. They're more likely to vote. Right? So you can connect this to an awful lot of broad issues. As an economist, why do I care about this? Well, one of the biggest challenges we have as a country is we have an abysmal productivity performance. Now, people don't like productivity. They think productivity means working harder or producing more. That's not actually what productivity is about. Productivity and innovation means that the economy creates more income for every worker that's out there. And that makes a bigger pie that then can be divided up. So if you go and you look at, since the end of the Second World War, how much of the rise of the standard of living of Canadians has come out of higher productivity? The number is about 70% of all of the increase in standard of living has come because we have become more productive. The bad news is that our productivity growth has gone steadily lower over time, to the point now where it's a major crisis. If you want to understand why governments in Canada are struggling with their finances, part of the reason is that the outlook is that the economy is not going to be growing as strongly as in the past. We have weak productivity growth. You either grow because you have more workers or use those workers more productively. Well, you have an aging population. Population growth is slowing. Immigration is going to be 100% of population growth within the next decade, and that means labor force growth is actually slowing materially. So at the end of the Second World War, as you came into the 60s and into the 70s, what did we have? We had the impact of a baby boom from soldiers coming back from the war, creating lots of additional new workers. You just had to wait for them to grow so they could actually start participating in the labor market. Number two, you had rising participation, labor force participation of women. That created an awful lot more workers to put into your economy, right? But now the demographics aren't on our side. Now the demographics are saying labor force growth is going to be very, very slow, and all of and the bulk of our economic growth, the vast majority, is going to come through productivity, but we are showing signs of being very productive, right? So what this tells me is that we desperately need to take the workers we have and use them more effectively, and we need to ensure they have the skills that the economy needs in order to grow.